Hey everyone, it's Jess, and it's Monday on the Beaver Bunch. So it's like 5 o'clock. I've been sleeping a lot today. I actually just got back from my coworker's house where she did some fine tuning to my furs. But yeah, I have been so sick today. It's ridiculous. I got sick last week. I took some antibiotics, and then I got better, and then I stopped taking the antibiotics, and I woke up really, really sick this morning. Go fucking figure. I am now anti-antibiotics because I don't want to take them anymore. And I figured that my body needs to be sick because it's been like fighting this thing for the past month and a half. And so I figured I'm just going to let it be sick, let it build up that immunity tolerance or whatever to whatever it is that I have, and then I'll get better. Yeah, so I took some Sudafed so that it will like take away the symptoms, and if I am acting really weird in this, it's because I feel like I'm walking on a cloud, and I don't feel any of the effects of my sickness. We have a special guest today. Got a little friend, a little furry friend. All right. Yeah. Okay. So Michelle. Okay, before I go into this week's topic, because I really don't have a whole lot to say about it, before we go into it, I'm going to talk a little bit about last night. Last night at the bar. Okay, so things not to do when you're out at a bar and there are lots of people. If you're out at a gay bar, don't bring your straight roommate who is like lurking trying to find a lesbian to make out with. Don't do it. That's like top 3 things. It's like top, I don't know if it's 1, 2, or 3, but it's in the top 3 things of not to do at a gay bar that you frequent, okay? I'm sorry, but like I am gonna look at you in a totally different light because you're bringing a straight boy into where I feel comfortable and safe. And you're, like, okay with the fact that he's making out with girls. Yeah, it's, like, on the girl if they're making out with him. But don't bring him. You're the person that people talk about. And they're like, oh my god, it's that person that's bringing those people. Don't do it. Maybe I'm just being an ass, but really? It's because he fucking came and stood right next to me. And, like, really, guy? Really? And then he goes into the spiel of, oh, I've only been here a couple times, but every time I come here, I get to make out with, like, some gay girl. Seriously? Seriously, you're telling me? You're telling me, like, I'm gonna fucking turn around and start sucking face with you. Wow, please. And then he's like, oh, do you know my roommate? Da-da-da. And I'm like, yeah, I fucking know your roommate, dude. And I just, like, walked away. Who? Who does that? Not okay. If you're one of those people, change, because it's not okay. There was something else you're not supposed to do at a bar, but I forgot. Oh, get really wasted. Or maybe that is exactly what you're supposed to do at a bar. So, whatever. Last night was fun. I had a good time, blah, blah, blah. Topic for this week is it's about the difficulties of coming out. And I've already talked about my coming out story, and so I'm not going to, like, recap that. But I gotta be honest, I didn't really have that many difficulties. I mean, I lost some friends. I went through like random transitional phases of you know, crushes and figuring out myself. I think the most difficult part about coming out was finding out me. It was finding out who I wanted to be, how I wanted to represent myself to the world, I guess. You know, because when I first came out, this is not what I looked like. I told you before. Definitely had like the longer blonde hair. I was a lot more feminine, and it took me dating someone that was more masculine, and I didn't realize that I didn't want to actually date them. I wanted to be them, and in hindsight, I realized that. But they had this masculine quality that they were really honing in on, and it was something that they took and they appropriated for themselves, and I was just like in awe at their ability to do that in public, you know, and they knew that that's what they wanted to do. You know, she had a shaved head, she wore, like, baggy shorts and all this shit, you know, and tattoos and piercings, and I was like, oh my god, I want you. And yeah, she just kind of, she was someone that really helped me to figure out myself, even though she definitely has no idea that I've given her a little bit of credit for that. That was a difficulty for me. But I never had any hard, like, you know, parents kicking me out or whatever. My best friends did, but I didn't. And so I definitely feel very fortunate for that. Yeah, I don't know. If you guys have any stories or if you want to respond, you should definitely do a video response and let me know how your coming out was and what the difficulties were that you faced. But that's it. That was the topic for this week, and I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Sorry if this is a little weird. I swear it's the Sudafed. Yeah, and I will talk to you guys next Monday. See you later.